What's up? Welcome to the Comic Blast podcast. Grayson is right over here across from me. He's my co-host. My name's Keenan. Grayson just found out that I wasn't adopted.
You're not adopted? This is a lie.
We literally just went over this.
I'm always going to
So
think
I was explaining to Grayson, I was just talking about my family, and you're like, wait, so you're not adopted? I was like, what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even going to get into that.
That's okay. I'm like, I don't really talk about my personal life.
I've never met any of your personal family or anything like that.
I might not even have family. You don't
Your
know.
name's not even Keenan.
Well,
you just lied about everything.
Yeah.
Oh God, that sounds like something like
I've
been watching a lot of thriller movies lately. That just sounds like something that you ever watched the movie The Gift?
Yeah, I love that movie.
That movie is really good.
Yeah, I've seen that 3 times this year.
I watched it the first time a couple months ago. I need to rewatch it because I'm maybe I'm fuzzy on the details now. But I also watched another thriller the other day, Green Room. Yes, not
love
book.
That movie. One of my favorite movies.
That movie was.
Dude, Anton Yelchin.
Rest in
peace. Rest in peace, man.
Dude, I was watching him and I was like, oh my God, Anton Yelchin was a really good actor.
I think he was really about to skyrocket into fame.
I feel like if you get in an A24 movie, that's where you're just Oscar buzz.
I think that was one of their best A24 releases.
Yeah.
I mean, God, man, that movie was great. And Patrick Stewart was in it.
Yeah. No, that was so I thought Patrick Stewart was the main character because the way they do it, the posters and stuff.
He's right in the front.
Yeah. And so then I watched it and I was like, oh, okay, not what I was expecting.
Now I want to watch that movie. I might do that.
It's
today.
It's only an hour and a half.
It's
isn't
a
it?
pretty gruesome and gruesome movie.
Dude, there was parts I was wincing, and I don't do that often, but there's
you want to look.
There's
away.
a couple parts actually where it is just so visceral and you can I could feel it almost.
Exactly.
It was that's when you know it's good though.
Scary.
Sometimes it was a little over the top.
Sure.
But at the same time I was it kind of sets the
tone.
Yeah, the tone and the situation that they're in. Just did
Serious.
not go in the direction that I was expecting it to. And it also ends really abruptly, but I was
it does.
I was okay.
Yeah, it was weirdly satisfying in a way. Yeah.
That was so when did A24 start getting popular?
I probably would say within the past 4 or 5 years.
That's what I say because that was I didn't know it was an A24 movie.
16?
That was 15 or 16, something like that.
It came out close to the time Batman vs Superman came out.
Yeah.
I missed it. I wanted to go see it in theaters. It played 1 or 2 nights near us, and then it was
really?
gone. Yeah.
When did Anton Yelchin pass away?
It was around the same time. It was. I think he actually passed away before that movie got released.
Yeah. I was watching the movie, and it reminded me that he was actually one of the. Remember there was that big list of people considered for the next Spider-Man?
Oh, was he in that?
He was.
Wow.
At least from what I remember, it was Anton Yelchin, Ansel Elgort, Nat Wolff, I think, was in there. God, there was so many people.
Who's the kid from Hunger Games?
Which one?
PETA.
Josh Hutcherson?
Yeah. Did you see the test footage that came out for that?
No.
There was a test footage of him auditioning.
Really?
It was released on Twitter. It was for the MCU Spider-Man. It looked awful.
Oh, it was bad?
It was so bad. It was so cringy.
Yeah.
It was as cheesy as you can get for. I mean, granted, it was just really. You could tell it wasn't anything from the script. It was just kind of cheesy dialogue that they probably came up with on the fly for him. But I was oh my God. I'm this is rough.
Dude, everybody jumped on Spider-Man. It's
yeah.
I mean, it's the dream role to have,
Exactly.
Especially now with how big Marvel is and stuff. I want to know actually how many people they tested for Spider-Man.
I'd like to know that. There was that.
I heard it was. For some reason, I heard it was 120 or something like that.
Oh my God.
Are
you serious?
Big actors too. Middle, from Disney Channel stars to up and coming to Broadway people like Tom Holland, to TV stars, to even big actors, people from as small as Chandler Riggs from The Walking Dead. We were talking about The Walking Dead earlier. The kid who plays Carl. I remember he said he auditioned for it. He publicly said it out there.
That's insane.
And then what's even weirder there though? So remember Harley from Iron Man 3. People
Yeah.
are always like, who's that kid in Endgame?
Yeah.
He auditioned for Spider-Man
That's
when he was
insane.
already in the MCU.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's not how that works.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm like, they're literally like, no matter how good you are, they couldn't do that unless they were like, oh yeah, my real name's not Harley. I actually lived in, like, there's no way they could rectify
If I auditioned
that.
for Spider-Man and I got like kind of close, like if I felt like I was getting close and I didn't get it, I'd probably be depressed for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like a really long time. 'Cause
Honestly,
you're not gonna get a chance at that role ever again.
Yeah.
Because that is gonna be Tom Holland's job for the next 12 years probably.
At least a decade.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. The kid's going to look like, I mean, the older he gets, he's going to look more mature, but I mean, he looks like he's
Kind of looking forward to it though.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing
I'm
him
still
grow.
excited for like college age. Like I want there to be a full-on trilogy of him in college.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the most interesting times of Spider-Man.
Probably the best time. That's when they can do like Miles Morales. Anyways, though, if you guys are first time listeners to the Comic Blast podcast, my name's Keenan. Across from me is Grayson.
What's up?
We didn't really go over our intro like we normally do because
No.
we went straight into whatever we were talking about.
Yeah.
Green room.
Yeah. Green room.
But yeah, if you're listening, be sure to go ahead and subscribe and like all of our stuff. Subscribe to the podcast, rate
Please
and review.
like all of our stuff.
Yeah. And just show unconditional love, no matter
Please.
what.
We need the attention.
Yeah, we still have we have another Endgame giveaway going
It's
out.
the second one.
Yeah, last one. But it's on Instagram, so go follow us at comicblast_ on Instagram, and you can also follow us with the same handle on Twitter.
Segue into Endgame comes out on Blu-ray on Tuesday.
Yeah, so by the time this episode comes out, you'll be getting ready to watch Endgame on Blu-ray.
Because
roughly.
it's been out on digital for like almost 3 weeks now, and I know
Yeah,
a
but,
bunch of people
like,
like caved.
The people who are really the people who are MCU fans are waiting for that physical copy, I think. Or they
That's
got
a
both.
lie. Real MCU fans buy it digitally and then get the Blu-ray
I
too.
can't do that. No.
What a waste of money.
I can't justify that.
I'm like, I know I'm gonna watch it 1 billion in one time.
I'll get 3
anyway.
different copies of the same movie. I'm just kidding.
Really?
I mean, I've done that before. Like Batman vs Superman, I got the Steelbook, and then I got the Blu-ray, and
I didn't even know that.
there's like different editions. When you're a collector, because like I collect,
That is
obviously
true.
I get as many Blu-rays as I possibly can. And
Yeah.
It's like having like a big library of movies and on my shelf. So yeah, so when it comes to like those things, especially Steelbooks, because they go so fast and then you never see them again.
Yeah, the steelbooks go away like crazy. That's
Yeah.
what I'm worried about on Tuesday. Is like I have this camping trip the next 2 days. At least I'm supposed to, and I'm like, am I gonna get there to Best Buy on time for the steelbook on Tuesday? Like I don't know. I'm scared.
Dude, you're gonna walk in there and there's gonna be 1 million people walking in those doors right at 10. That happened. I was.
Does
so
that actually
surprised.
happen?
Yes. So I went when I got the Logan Steelbook when it came
Yeah.
out. Even though I didn't like it, I ended up
Yeah.
selling it. But I still went anyways. And oh my god, dude, there was just a swarm of people. It's probably about 20 people.
Yeah.
Just walking around the doors, like circling like vultures around the doors of Best Buy until they opened the doors.
Really?
Yeah, and then they came in, and every one of us, pretty much everyone that was there, got a Steelbook, I think.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: they have the front display of movies
But there's also more.
in the back.
Yeah.
Everybody went to the front display, and I
Yeah.
went straight to the back because I was
Yeah.
like, I know they have Steelbooks.
Yeah,
because
because they put them up front, like up and front and center. But then if you go, there's like another section
Exactly.
that has like the new
So
stuff.
I went straight to the back. There was 2 Steelbooks in the
Really?
back. Yeah, so I grabbed one and I was like dipped, just
That was
ran.
for
So I
Logan.
didn't know if everyone got theirs.
Yeah.
There were quite a few, but
Yeah.
for the most part, those Steelbooks, I mean, they go and then they're on eBay like within an hour for $90.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that's why like
I
you're
s-
talking about, you don't know if you want to get the Steelbook.
I
I'm
just,
getting
like,
it
I
just
need-
because.
I need to see it in my like. I'm someone
Mhm.
that I have to look at it and
Yeah.
be like, can I appreciate this to the end of time?
Yeah.
And so like with the Spider-Man steelbooks and like all that, I'm like, yeah, I can
You
appreciate.
didn't really
this.
like the Infinity War one that much, though, right?
Yeah, that one just had Thanos on it, and I was
Yeah.
just like, honestly, I just like the 4K look of it better.
I definitely like the 4K cover better.
Yeah.
Same thing with Endgame. Like, I'm getting a Steelbook for Endgame, but
Yeah.
I don't really love the art. I'm hoping
Yeah.
that it'll grow on me, like, once I actually have it in my hand, but I
See,
wish
I'm
the same
someone-
art was for
if
both of them.
If I don't like, if I'm not in love with something, like, or I'm not like 100%, I usually don't buy it.
Yeah,
That's the way
fair.
because I'm like, it's Like, you want to spend some money on stuff that you're like confident on, because then later on you don't know if you. But then again, sometimes later on you wish you had spent the money.
That's
so
the thing.
it's
Is like I got that Logan Steelbook and I bought it for like $30.
Yeah.
And then I put it on eBay. I got $50 for it.
Oh,
because
really?
I decided I didn't like it, and I was like, all right. So now I have the 4K.
Do you have the Force Awakens one?
Steelbook? No.
Yeah.
But those are like easy to get now.
Oh, I was about to say, because I have one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
The
was
one
like,
with Kylo and Phasma?
yeah, that one you can get like on eBay for like $9.
Really?
Yeah, it's like pretty easy to get because
See-
they had that for like months after it got released. It was like The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Like we go to our Best Buy and there's still tons of The Last Jedi Steelbooks.
I hate how the Last Jedi one just wasn't in sync with any of the other Steelbooks, because it was like,
Yeah.
because if you have the first 6 movies, it's like
it's like a face of somebody.
it's a face of characters. So like, I'm pretty sure most of them have villains,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty sure
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
the first one has, the first one's Maul. Second one is Yoda, I think. No,
Grievous.
Grievous isn't in Attack of the Clones. That's the third one. Grievous is on the cover of the
Palpatine.
third one. Why would Palpatine?
he'd be on the third
Palpatine is
one.
Return of the Jedi.
I thought Grievous was on one of them.
Vader is 5. 4 is
I'm trying to think.
Yoda. May not be on any of them. Now that I think about it.
he's on the trilogy pack.
You think the second one's
The
Dooku?
prequel trilogy pack. No, it's not him. Shoot, it's a
Django. Is it Django?
no. It's like
Clone?
I think it's just a clone.
I'm gonna look this up.
Please look it up because that's gonna bother me.
I need to. Speaking of which, while I'm talking about this, there's like, did you hear about that? They're re-releasing all of the Star Wars
All of
movies
them.
on Blu-ray, and I'm like,
Well, I think they're
why?
gonna get a 4K release, and most of them aren't on 4K.
Oh, but they're doing it before Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, my thing is like I've kind of like I'm holding off on buying all that stuff. I would like the Force Awakens on 4K,
Yeah.
because it's relatively new, but I'm kind of like
Yeah, they didn't do that.
I
one
think
on
I'm gonna
4K.
save some money, and once like the Rise of Skywalker comes out, I'm sure they're gonna have like all 9 movies in some sort of cool pack.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go for that whenever that.
I
comes out.
told you, Yoda.
Oh shoot! It
Oh
is
my
Yoda.
God, I know what I'm talking about.
Who's
dude.
on the third one?
Grievous? Like I
It is
said.
Grievous. Okay,
Yeah.
and Palpatine is on which one?
Is on 6.
Shoot.
Apparently, it's a stormtrooper on Empire, not Vader.
It is. Yeah, it is.
That's lame.
Yeah.
I think Episode 4 should have Luke,
What's-
and then
what's
Episode
4?
5 should be
It's for Vader.
Vader.
Yeah, I don't really love those steelbooks that much.
I really like the prequel ones.
Yeah.
I think the Maul one is just really good because it's just nice, clean art, and I even really like the Grievous one.
I think the best
I'm kinda
Star Wars
brainwashed,
steelbook
but-
to come out was Rogue One's with the Death Troopers.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, you had that at one time. Were you selling it at one point?
I did sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I remember when you sold that, I was like, dude, I want that so bad. And I think I messaged you like a couple days later, and you were like, nah, I don't have it anymore.
I think I sold it for like $60.
That's
Crazy,
the one.
man.
That's the one that
It'll come back around. I know it will.
If it does,
After
I'll be
collecting,
very happy.
like we saw I got the Spider-Man Homecoming
Yeah.
steelbook. Like, was it like 2 years after it got released?
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, so I got that. They always end up coming back around somehow.
Yeah.
The Logan one was like impossible to find.
I got the
and now it's at
Whiplash one.
Walmart right now for like $15. I
That's
sold
insane.
mine for
I
like
forgot about the
50.
Drive one that I still haven't gotten. I remember I saw it one
Yeah.
at the Walmart near where Cole lives.
It's such a great
And
steelbook, man.
I was like, oh. But then I was like, I had already spent so much money that weekend that I was like, I can't
Yeah.
justify it. It was $15 though, or it's maybe even
it's
10.
like 12 or something like that.
It was
now.
really cheap, and I was like,
I think
and I should've got it.
Walmart has basically gotten a ton of old Best Buy exclusive steelbooks.
Yeah.
They now actually have like I saw Batman vs Superman, like all the dude, I saw the weirdest thing. I saw it was a Suicide Squad 4K steelbook in Walmart.
they made that movie in 4K.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
Dude, I remember when you bought Suicide Squad
like a joke.
As a joke.
I think what did I say? Like if I got 100 likes on a video, I would do it. Or
Yes.
something like that.
I
And
think it was
did
when
it.
I first started, like when I first
started like watching.
watching
my
your stuff.
Yeah, good
Rest in
times. What a
peace,
throwback.
Keenan's YouTube channel.
I do miss doing that
Yeah.
sometimes. It's just like for fun.
Yeah.
My early videos were like so different from the ones I ended up making.
Dude,
like, later
your
on.
last one about the Daredevil one, that was like one of my favorite
That was
videos
like my
of yours.
It was my favorite video too, and it was the last one I ever made.
Yeah.
I thought it was like my best when it came to like editing and scripting it.
Yeah.
And then I just never did anything again. But now we're doing this podcast, which I love doing more.
No,
and
I
more.
love the podcast. I feel like is a lot less stressful. At least I mean, I know it can be stressful for you sometimes, but mainly that's just because of your job, which we were talking about before.
Yeah.
But because Keenan's job kills him.
Yeah.
Please give us money. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Maybe one day. No, I'm kidding.
Patreon.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, right now we have to like that's why we talked about last week about the video. We're holding off on that until we're actually not busy, not super busy, and actually have money and can put more time and effort and stuff, because the video is like very cumbersome right now.
You know, it's funny. Like, I also drive like 50 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
Like, most people probably don't even know that.
Yeah.
And
I wish you didn't.
a lot to do this podcast. But
yeah, we need it took us a while because we didn't even have a space to be able to like have this stuff, and now like we finally have a space, but it's like he still has to drive so long, and plus you do everything else.
So let's get into this since we're on like the topic of like Blu-ray covers.
Oh,
and
and
stuff
still,
like that.
oh yeah, I was about to say we got to segue into that.
Released, it's officially released now. It's on Best Buy's website. The Spider-Man Far From Home Steelbook 4K.
Yeah, so you're telling me about this.
It's the most atrocious thing. It's like it feels like somebody created a meme. It feels like Sony found a meme.
Yeah. And then put it like touched it up a lot.
Yeah, they found a meme on Twitter
and put one of those filters on it. You know those filters that you can put where it makes it look like a sketch?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It looks like something you did in like an iPhone or no, I wouldn't use the iPhone, like an Android from 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's like one of those like little sketch app things where it like outlines everything.
It's like a collage, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
Someone on Twitter pointed out that one of the picture of Ned on the cover is actually a photo or still of
it's him from Homecoming,
like stripped from Homecoming.
That's
on
so
there.
funny.
It's the most atrocious.
I didn't even know this existed until you pointed it out to me like right
Yeah.
beforehand when you showed it to me. Honestly, it would be an awesome Steelbook if they cut out Nick Fury, MJ. Who's on the far left? Somebody.
Nick Fury was on the far left, and it was Mysterio on the right.
No, there's MJ, Ned, Nick Fury, and then there's two characters on the left. Oh, it's Peter. It's Peter's face.
Oh yeah.
If you got rid of Peter's face, you got rid of Ned, got rid of MJ, got rid of Nick Fury. Replace Jake Gyllenhaal's face with the Mysterio fishbowl, and then just essentially made the elementals the surrounding part, because one of the elementals is at the bottom, one is on the left, and then one is on the right. Keep the London Bridge in the background. Yeah. If you would have done that, it would have looked so much better.
There's a ton that's really off about this, especially with the lighting.
Can I look at it again?
Yeah, it looks like a badly cropped.
The proportions of everybody's face is just so weird. Like Peter Parker's head is so big, and it's like, but I feel like it's overshadowed, like, almost like that should be the center point and not the Spider-Man in the center. It
doesn't seem like a seamless, piece
like
of
if you just
art.
cover up the faces and like, so you've got an elemental at the bottom, and then you get like, what you did is replace Nick Fury in the top right and MJ and put like the Rock one in there, and then the water on the left.
Sony has to fit as many characters as they possibly can into these things.
Dude, I don't even know.
It's so annoying.
MJ doesn't even look like this is the one from Far From Home either. It almost looks like she's from Homecoming also.
What's the shirt look like?
It's like a deep. It's like a. I don't
know, you can't even
like
see
a blue like jacket shirt thing. I don't know.
It's just like, it's bad. If it were up to me, I would have had Spider-Man on the front and had Mysterio on the back. Dude, that's just like how simple I would make it.
The Homecoming one we were talking about earlier, like I love that one. I actually like the back better than the front, because the back is him in the hoodie suit, like the homemade suit, and then he's got the Vulture.
Colors work really well.
The colors are so nice.
And I think that they should have similar colors for that one too.
Yes.
Where it should have been like the Mysterio illusion sequence kind of colors.
Oh my god.
With the green, and like it should have been like a green cloud or something like that.
Maybe the front have like the red and black one, and then the back have like the Night Monkey suit with the illusion of the Mysterio. I always like the villain stuff better.
They should have just kept up with that theme, and now they're gonna release. It sucks as a collector, because I'm just like,
I don't even. And the thing is like with Endgame, we were talking about it, like. It depends if I like the Blu-ray enough, but like the thing is I can for sure get the 4K and know it's gonna look amazing.
Yeah.
Because the in-game poster itself is just so cool. I love the way the colors work, the way the effects, like the way the characters are all. It's like it doesn't feel cumbersome. It's like these are the characters. We do talk about like how Okoye and Captain Marvel are like look really weird. Like, are they? Like, I don't really know why they're on the poster.
Like they're like last minute additions.
Yeah, because it's like
poster.
Captain Marvel looks like she does at the beginning, or like from her own movie.
Yeah.
And then Okoye is like literally barely in the movie, but I mean,
At all.
Yeah, like she's just one of the few survivors, I guess. But
she's like a hologram, and then she comes up at the end.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
She's a great character, though. Like, we
Yeah.
were talking about it before this episode, and I think we both agreed that she was probably, like, one of the best characters in Black Panther. She was my favorite character
she's
in Black
definitely
Panther.
her like wig thing is so funny. I love
Dude,
that
yeah.
part.
But the whole, like, fight scene in the casino or like, the little club.
Well, she knows how to fight because of
Yeah,
The Walking Dead.
exactly.
And that's what I was saying. Like, I miss the days we were excited about Walking Dead. But like now, because Danai Gurira is like leaving the
Yeah.
left the show, and everybody was like, yeah, because she's making that Marvel money now, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's totally
Big
gonna get
contract.
like, I could totally see them doing like a Marvel like
Wakanda.
kind of like not
woman.
Wakanda, but like a female kind of trio like film or almost like a Charlie's Angels, but with like
Sure,
Marvel.
yeah, yeah. Oh, cool, yeah.
So like, if Black Widow does well, and the way that I'm going to see this as is Florence Pugh's character.
Yeah.
Apparently, she's going to be like a kind of not a rival, but like kind of a companion figure to
Sure.
a Black Widow. There's rumors that she'll be kind of like the new Black Widow. That
Okay.
she'll kind of emerge out of the shadows and be like, hey, like I was good friends with Nat, like,
Yeah.
and so she'll be like the new Black Widow essentially. Because it feels weird that she would just be like in kind of one and done, but maybe who knows?
Yeah.
But then get her, then like Okoye, and then, gosh, I don't know, like Maria Hill or something. Ooh, Sharon Carter. I don't know, something like that.
I think Sharon Carter's done in the MCU.
Apparently she's in Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's what I heard.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
Yeah.
Shoot. How awkward is that? The whole thing with,
What?
like, Peggy Carter and now Sharon Carter.
I feel bad for Sharon.
God, that's weird.
I feel like her and Cap would have been good together.
The MCU's generally been pretty good about making sure that, like, everything connects well
Yeah.
without, weird things.
Yeah.
That's
only
one
thing
of the
that's
things
always-
you could tell that they didn't plan out that well.
Yeah. Oh no, there was like they guaranteed they were like, oh, there's gonna tease this whole thing,
Yeah.
like especially with the whole Civil War thing. It's like she says her last name is Carter,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh what, like okay, but then it's like in game they're like, nah.
Yeah, it's just weird because they actually kiss in Civil War. And
Realistically, like they should have. I feel like Cap would have gotten over Peggy a long time ago. Like
I
like,
think he probably did, but like I think what was the difference was when he went back in time and saw her alive.
that's true.
That is what really hit him, I think.
Yeah.
And from there, I think that's when he was like, when he went back, he just couldn't, go back into the future. Like he just decided to stay.
Yeah,
Because that hit me. Like
it
that
is a
hit me
little
in the
selfish
feels.
of him though. I mean, he deserves it, but it's like it's part of me is like conflicted. I'm like I'm happy for him, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm like, dude. So Steve, all right. So you got out of the ice, 2012.
Yeah.
The movie takes place in 2024.
Yeah.
So that means you've been out of the ice for 12 years, almost 13 years.
Yeah.
She died at least 5 years prior.
Yeah.
I'm like, get over it.
See, that's I can't tell him to get over it though.
Well, but the thing is also it's so weird. Is like I would have understood if they were like married before he went in the ice.
But he like barely knew her.
Like they kissed once.
Yeah. But
They weren't even dating.
Here's my thing about it. If he never went back into the 70s and never saw her, it probably wouldn't have made that decision.
No, probably not.
Something about that.
No, that's
being
a fair point.
Back on that base and then seeing her alive, I think that was the difference because you could just see it in his face. And then he goes back in time, and that doesn't mean that he decided to stop helping people. I'm sure him and Peggy like had their adventures together.
Yeah.
Because Peggy, obviously, she's like starting S.H.I.E.L.D. and like, so there's still heroic things that he probably did just in the past now.
Oh yeah.
And
Could
he
have saved JFK. Could have prevented if it just went.
none
Like,
of that
I'm
happened,
just
but
kidding. No.
yeah. So yeah, I think it's one of those things that he earned. But my favorite thing that it always reminds me of is when Steve says something to Nat about I think we should get lives or something, and then she's like, you first, and she dies. So it's like he's basically doing what she told him to do, which is to get a life, like enjoy your life.
Yeah.
And it's almost kind of like you could say he's doing that in her honor or something like that. It's just,
that plus Tony, you know, was kind of, he accepted it and he was just like, maybe I need to like try to move away from this gig as well.
It's weird because like it's tough for me to want to call Steve selfish because he gave the ultimate sacrifice back in the first Avenger where he basically sacrificed his life.
Yeah.
Not knowing that he was going to survive that. So he's a very complex character, and the fact that we're even like having discussions like this shows how great of a character he really is.
Steve Rogers,
and how deep
I love him.
It is.
I love him so much.
I think it's really cool.
You know, I'm thinking on it now that you're saying, like, mentioning the whole Nat thing in his conversation. I'm like, I know the big three have always been Iron Man, Cap, and Thor.
Yeah.
But the way Endgame ends, I almost feel like Black Widow, Cap, and Iron Man are the big three.
I think so, too.
Even though she never got a single movie, she's been there since Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
She's been there before Thor.
Thor, yeah.
And then Cap came in after Thor. But I feel like the way their arcs ended, like they all three of their arcs ended in Endgame.
Yep.
Thor's did not. Thor's getting another movie. I mean, Black Widow is getting a movie, but it's before.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I almost feel like it's weird to say, but I'm like, I feel like Black Widow, Cap, and Tony were the Trinity almost.
Yeah. I didn't think I would be so affected by her death until she died. And there's just there's a few really good lines in that. And the saddest thing to see go is that relationship between her and Steve.
Yeah.
That was like, it started back in like the Winter Soldier. Like their
I love their
kind
relationship,
of thing,
yeah.
You know? And then when she shows up at the funeral and Civil War, so many really good things.
Nat is such a great character.
Yeah. And like I said, that whole thing where
like she has such
a
good like such a unique relationship with so many different characters. Like,
it's all different.
Especially it's like her and Steve, and then her and Clint,
mm-hmm.
and then even her and like Bruce.
Yep.
I don't know. I've been seeing this post like circulate on Instagram a lot, but it's like 6 panels, and 3 on the left are like her conversation with Steve about like, I had nothing until I got this family, and then on the right she was like, Tony is like, who was her family? And Steve responds,
see, that's another thing. It's
you know?
like that movie was filled with like really good stuff for Black Widow's character.
Which I don't think everybody was so caught up with what would happen with Tony and Steve that nobody was like really concerned with the other ones, because they're like, oh, everybody else is safe.
See, my thing was
they're doing a Black Widow movie.
That's my thing. I was like, they're doing a Black Widow movie. I'm like, she's not gonna die.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's no chance.
And we definitely knew that like Captain Marvel wasn't gonna die. Like all of these like newer characters weren't, and we all knew like Spider-Man and Black Panther were gonna come back.
My biggest fear was Steve dying, and it ended up being Tony.
I think it was weird. Like a lot of people feel like I thought this was the opposite. But when he gets in that fight with Thanos and then he's like one-on-one with his army, I was like, that's when I knew. I was like, oh, Steve's gonna stay alive.
Oh, really?
That was why I was like, dude, there's no way he's gonna fight all these guys off. I'm like, this is when they're gonna come back. As soon as I thought about it, I was like, oh wait, everybody's still alive. They're gonna come back. And then you heard Cap on. I was like, okay, yeah. Like I
completely forgot about all of that.
See, they make you forget.
Yeah.
You get heated up in the moment, but like as soon as I saw that shot, I was like, "Oh my god, wait!" And then I was like, "This is about to be the biggest battle of all time."
I couldn't hear Sam talking to Steve that well at first.
I just kind of heard like a crap, kind of like because people were talking and then went like, oh, and I heard like a muffle, and I was like, "Oh, it's Sam."
You helped me out because like I was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, I did not know what was going on.
Yeah.
When I heard like the static.
Yeah.
And then you were like, like I heard you next to me, and I was like, oh, I'm like, everybody's alive.
Oh, yeah,
now.
yeah.
Everybody's coming back, but yeah.
What I would give to watch Endgame
for the first time
again.
Shoot, yeah, it feels like every time I watch it, which I've only seen it 3 times, but each time I watch it, really does kind of have like a unique. There's something unique about it.
The first time I saw it, I was in like amazement, and then the second time I saw it, I cried at the back, like when that happened.
Really?
When he says Avengers Assemble, like I literally cried of like happiness. I was like, it's such a nerdy thing. Like, people are like, oh my god, people are such nerds. But I'm like, it's these characters, man. Like, you don't. It's not like a nerdy thing anymore.
It's
like
the investment.
Marvel is straight up just like, it's a cultural phenomenon.
It really is. 'Cause, I mean, there's so many people that watch these movies who aren't even into like superheroes or never have been, and they ask questions and stuff, but they still go to the movies. You know? It's so cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Let's talk about some DC stuff now.
No, I'm
got
good. Oh wait, what DC stuff?
So first off, I'll say that the Joker movie, which comes out in October,
Oh yeah.
is expected to make between 60 and 90 million for its opening weekend, which is really big for like a movie that doesn't have Batman in it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool, pretty good amount. I think it's probably
Only 60 to 90 million?
that's a lot.
You think that seems like so low to me.
So Spider-Man made like 120,
Wait, really?
something like that. So that's the number one character.
I guess
This
I'm
is
just
domestically. This is
I guess I'm just
domestically.
thinking like in my mind, I'm like Endgame made like
Endgame.
$1 billion in like
Exactly.
its opening weekend,
Yeah.
so I'm like, oh, then that's like chump change, you know?
No, I mean
but
this is good for just a movie strictly about the Joker.
Yeah.
It hasn't showed any Batman or anything like that.
where do they get these projections at?
I don't know.
I'm like, did they just pull them out of that?
It always ends up being a little bit lower than the the actual projected amount. But yeah, along with that, the film was like screened at, I think, at the
Toronto International Film Festival.
Mhm. Which it has really great buzz going around. People are talking
It's
about
weird
it
that they're
being
showing
like-
it that early, because I usually feel like when I hear about superhero movies or anything comic book
Yeah.
related, I'm like, they don't show those early.
I feel like they're trying to make this more like an artsy movie.
A24's Joker.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it is. It's like a character study of someone with mental illness.
It's gonna be like almost like an indie film. I
Yeah.
feel like it's weird, but I think a lot of the mainstream people are actually not gonna like Joker. I think
You
Joker's
think what people?
a lot of the mainstream audiences are actually not gonna like Joker.
I think people really like the mainstream likes Joker just because of the
Dark
dynamic
Knight.
with Batman.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Batman.
They like to
and
see both of those.
Joker got so popular. Like, I feel like Joker has always been a huge character.
Yeah.
But he didn't become a publicly known, wide stream
To everybody.
Yeah, until The Dark Knight, when everybody's like, "Oh, Heath Ledger's so good." Like, even people who don't like comic books like love
Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
I know
and
people who are
yeah.
like that. Like
Yeah.
they will not watch a single Marvel movie, nothing. But
Yeah.
The Dark Knight, they'll always talk about it as like a masterpiece.
Justifiably so, though. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like
It really is. I'll never move on from that movie. I know a lot of people kind of like
that is
forgotten about it.
that is my stress relief movie. Like, especially in the summertime, it's that, and then Lord of the Rings.
I was about to say Lord of the Rings for me too.
Like, I don't know why it's like those films that I'm like, I just love watching those movies because I'm like, they're so iconic and like recognizable.
I'd put on like the ultimate cut, the like extended edition, director's editions, whatever for Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen those.
Oh boy, some of them it's rough. Like
Really?
some of it's cool. Like if you watch the Two Towers and then you just hear dialogue of Ents walking around in the wood, Ents, giant trees.
Yeah.
Walking around in the woods, talking for like an hour. Literally, it's just like dialogue of all these trees talking in a circle.
Really?
Yeah, they cut out so much of that. There's so much, dude. It's like
The only thing that I really know about the extended cuts is that Saruman like falls and dies.
yeah.
That's the only one, because I just remember I saw it and I was like, I don't remember that in the movie.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, it's in the extended cuts.
Exactly.
But it's
Yeah.
funny is I don't. So you give me all three on Blu-ray, like those Steelbooks.
Yeah.
Which, thank you, by the way, those are
course.
still so cool.
Anytime.
But I don't think they come with the extended cuts or
No,
anything
they're
like
just,
that.
like,
But
normal
the thing is digitally, my like. I love you, Dad. We bought all three of the, or he bought all three of the Hobbit films extended cuts, and I'm like,
Yikes.
I'm never watching those. I'm like, I can't.
No.
I'm like, that. Not only should it have been only 2 movies, I'm like, I can't see 3 extended versions. Like, I think the Battle of the Five Armies is like, extended cut is like 3 hours and 40 minutes or something like that.
Wait, I can't even watch the regular movie of that.
I've only seen it once, and I can't pull myself to bring it. To
I
watch
tried
it again.
so hard. Like
I've seen
when,
Desolation of Smaug like 3 or 4 times.
when
but-
those movies came out. I convinced myself that they were awesome. Like I was just like, because
when they first came out, I actually liked them. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, this was awesome. Actually, I'll lie. The Unexpected Journey, I fell asleep during that movie.
Oh, that movie, like, my body fell asleep. I was like, I think I went home and took a nap.
The whole
I went to bed
thing,
early.
The whole like opening with all the dwarves at Bilbo's house, and they're like eating and everything. I fell asleep during that part. But it was late at night. It was like a midnight screening.
Oh, yeah.
But I
saw it at
I could not stay awake.
I saw it at like 1 in the afternoon. We got home at like 4, and I remember I just laid in my bed and just fell asleep. I was like,
Lord of the Rings is actually a good like nap time movie.
Honestly, they are
day.
like Sunday afternoon.
Exactly.
Just to put on Lord of the Rings and dude, listen to that soundtrack. You wake up and it's just ba 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 bum bum.
And you hear like orcs and like
You're
goblins screaming like ah! You're like, what is happening? You wake up and you're like, did I go to hell? They're like I died.
I love the Lord of the Rings soundtracks though so much. Like recently,
Howard Shore, man.
So what was it? So I've been hanging out with like a couple of my friends, and one of my friends has the copy. It's called a Traveler of Middle Earth, or a Middle Earth Traveler. It's a art concept book thing, whatever, like kind of a lore book for Lord of the Rings. But they have all of these cool like drawings and sketches of stuff, and they're based like they're combining like the books and the movies.
Okay.
But like some of the designs for like the Witch Kings and like the Nazgul, the Dwarven stuff. Yeah. It is. I'm sorry, but it's even cooler than the movies. Like there was these designs that I was like, I thought they were iconic in the movie. There was some cool stuff. You have to, the next time you're in a bookstore, or you're like near Books A Million or something. Oh, yeah. They have them in there. Okay. Go look at that and just look through some of the drawings. Like when you get to, the ring wraiths, whatever. Like their designs, their face masks. It's like Lord of the Rings. They're like the Knights of Ren, but like they all have like different looks. And it's like the Knights of Ren, but like with
I never thought about how like similar those two concepts are.
I didn't either until now.
Yeah, ring wraiths and Knights of Ren. They're like very
I'm
similar.
really excited about random thing. I'm really excited for the Knights of Ren and that comic and
I know we're jumping around topics, but that's just what we do. But I'm actually
it's been a slow pat. Like right now, it's a dead spot. Bear with us, please. I hope you enjoy our beautiful voices. This is what all
of our conversations are like. They literally are like bouncing from one to another. But I've actually like started building up some excitement for Star Wars lately. I'm not sure if it's just because
Star Wars book.
Yeah, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about how The Mandalorian is literally just a couple months away.
Oh my god!
So we're much closer to that.
I keep on forgetting.
What is it? October?
November. No, like November 1st, I think.
So I was thinking about that. I was thinking about Fallen Jedi and
Fallen Order. Fallen Order.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm actually really
I sound like an old man sometimes when I talk about things.
Fallen Jedi!
And then episode 9, which I'm just going to continue to call episode 9 because it's easier. Yeah. But that's all coming up really soon, and I've just like built up excitement. And then we have Celebration, which I'm too excited for because we're still like
almost a year away. Dude,
that's sad.
It'll be right after my 21st birthday. I can get drunk and watch Star Wars.
I'm sure that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Guaranteed. I was talking to Cole, and I was like, "Dude, when I'm 21, we'll be in our hotel room." I was like, "I can get legally drunk." I was like, "We can just watch like the prequels or something." And he's like, "Can we actually do that? Can we get drunk and watch the Star Wars movies?" And I was like, okay. I was like, the only thing is like, I don't want to like get drunk and then the next day immediately like have a hangover and be like walking around the like, bleh. Because I've never gotten drunk before. So like, I'm scared, but like, it'd be really funny. Speaking of which, Disney Plus, there was some news about that.
Disney Plus, since we can transition over to that, but Disney announced that there will be a bundle that you can get, which includes Hulu and ESPN Plus. Yeah. For $12.99, which is cheaper than Netflix.
How much is Netflix? I thought Netflix was $9 a month.
No, they went up on their prices. I think I pay like $14 a month, something like that. $14 to $15 a month.
Dude, I'm just like, I'm sorry, but like when I live out on my own or whatever, like if my parents don't let me use their account anymore, which I'm sure they will. Yeah. Like, I don't see the point in like just share the account with somebody. I'm like, it's not that hard. It's
really gotten to that point.
Yeah.
But
so many people share accounts, like even with Amazon Prime and Hulu. Like so many of my friends, like they share my accounts.
Every friend in your friend group needs to get at least one of them.
Yes,
and then you all share.
Exactly. That's what I was telling people like before this thing got announced. Which I don't even know if I'm going to get this because we have the Hulu Live plan. Yeah. So that comes with ESPN and stuff, and I'm like,
oh, does it?
Yeah. So like we get live TV from Hulu. Plus, we have like some of the ESPN channels, and like we can record stuff or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to have to change plans. I'm like, honestly, I'd rather just probably get Disney Plus.
I have the
all by itself.
So I have the Spotify Premium, which comes with like Hulu.
That's
for
like the
free.
student one, right?
Yeah. So and it's super cheap. It comes with Hulu
Like
for
$6
free.
a month or something.
Yeah, but I'll probably will still get this because I'm like a big sports person.
What streaming services do you have?
I have Amazon. I have Netflix. I have Hulu. I think that's it.
I think I have the same. I have Netflix, then I have Hulu, the live plan.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that is.
I wouldn't even get
then,
Hulu if it weren't for Spotify Premium giving it
really
to me. For
See,
free.
I have Apple Music, so.
Is there anything connected to that? It's just Apple Music.
Just Apple Music,
Okay.
the family plan. I think it's like
Cool.
$30 a month for all of my family to have music. I think me and my sister use it the most.
Spotify's cheaper.
Yeah,
It's like $15
but Apple
for
Music
5.
is better.
Oh, is it?
But, actually, like apparently, so
Is
like,
it now?
So when I talked to a bunch of people who had like tried it out, and they're like, "Dude, Apple Music is so much better." Because
How?
like,
what's better about it?
apparently, there's a lot more music on there and stuff that you can get, and like
Oh.
the way they organize playlists and like they recommend you music and stuff. It's like apparently, and plus the interface is a lot easier to use.
Okay.
That's from what I've heard. I've never personally used Spotify, but like that's what people have told me.
That's weird, dude.
That's the thing is, though,
It
is like,
probably is. I don't know.
I
love
remember
Spotify,
one of my
so
friends,
whatever
he's like,
it's had.
he had Spotify Premium, and then he got Apple Music, and he's like, oh my God, dude, Apple Music is so much better. And I'm like, is it really though? And he's like, dude, yeah. So
Yeah.
all of my like mainstream music friends or whatever that like are dedicated to music, they're like, Apple Music is the way to go. So I'm like,
Interesting.
all right, I'll take it.
That's
I'm not even a
interesting.
big Apple guy. To be honest, I would have, like, if I had to have chosen and like nobody had told me, I would have got Spotify.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The only thing that sucks is Spotify has the Amazing Spider-Man 2 soundtrack, but Apple Music doesn't.
Does it not?
Nope.
Wonder how that works.
They have the first Amazing Spider-Man. They have all 3 of the Sam Raimi films. They have Spider-Verse. They have Homecoming and Far From Home, but not the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. It's not true, but it's still one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites, but it's not one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
But I mean, Hans Zimmer's
it's-
Spider-Man theme is like.
I think it's cool.
To me, it like makes it's like just really emotional to me. Like
Sure.
I don't know, just I love that movie.
I think that whole movie in general, just like everything to do with that movie.
So we're gonna
has,
give
like, a
our
soft spot.
Spider-Man score rankings. No, yeah, I don't know. I have Amazon, I have Netflix, Hulu, and then Apple Music. So that's, and then Disney Plus comes out, and I'm gonna have to get that too. But I told my friends, I was like, I'm like, listen,
Well,
you
know,
can
the thing
just
is,
share my account.
That Disney Plus it's gonna have its like, you don't have to get that bundle.
Yeah.
I think it is cool. The Disney
I hope
Plus,
it-
I think it's like $6.99 when it actually launches.
Yeah.
God, that's so cheap
It
compared
really
to
is
everything
so
going.
cheap.
on out
They're
there.
gonna raise prices for sure. Guaranteed.
They might. It depends on like how they plan on getting their revenue. Like
Yeah.
Netflix doesn't have ads, so
Dude,
they
if
bump
Disney
up their price.
Plus has ads, I will.
See, that's the thing is like if they plan on doing advertisements, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but if they plan on doing advertisements with like their partners, then it will allow them to keep that price because they get revenue off of the advertisements. Netflix, like I said, doesn't have advertisements, so
See,
it's
that's the thing is like I
based on
cannot
numbers.
stand Hulu with ads.
Oh, they're littered with them.
Yeah. Well, see, we have the ad free thing.
Oh,
So-
really?
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
the Hulu Live, it doesn't have ads
It feels like every
unless you're
3
recording.
minutes. Like if you have just the basic Hulu, it's like
Yeah.
every 3 minutes.
It's bad.
ad.
Like
Yeah.
I remember I recorded 10 Cloverfield Lane on Hulu Live, and so regular Hulu stuff that's like actually on there that you can stream,
Yeah.
it does not have ads. But if you watch the recordings or live, obviously it's going to have ads.
Of course. Yeah.
So the recordings, they don't have like the recorded ads, but they have like they just put them in those ad break sections. So like I wanted to watch 10 Cloverfield Lane like months ago, probably back in like when I watch all of them.
Yeah.
That had to be like maybe March-ish or February
Yeah.
or something like that. Watched Cloverfield on Netflix, then I got to 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I was like, okay, cool. I started watching, and then after 10 minutes, ad. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
We're starting this already.
And I was like, all right, I'll push through. 5 minutes later, another ad. And I was like, okay, no. I'm like, so 10 Cloverfield Lane is like a little less than 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
It's like an hour 50, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Or maybe like 2:02 or something like that. It was 2 hours and 38 minutes with ads. I'm like, I'm sorry, but no.
Don't have time.
I'm like, I do not have time for that. I think somebody gave me a digital code for their, or I don't know. Maybe I rented it.
I have it on Blu-ray, so
yeah.
Blu-ray collectors. Yes.
Can't watch it on my iPad though. I was at school.
Just go home.
I can't do that. I have class.
So.
Digital superior. Don't at me.
Yeah, until you're like on a plane and you don't have Wi-Fi or
download the movie.
Whatever.
What else is left? Do we have anything else left in like news?
We're out of news, so we can end the show.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we got nothing to talk about.
No, we still have like 15 more minutes. We got this Ant-Man helmet.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It glows blue and it glows red.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
You got it for like, so tell them the story of like how today
I went to Best Buy. I go to Best Buy all the time. I don't buy anything because
you should like live in Best Buy. Bring a mattress and just sleep in there.
I have a really hard time buying stuff for myself.
Yeah.
Unless it's like something like really cheap or on
Treat
clearance.
yourself.
Yeah. So I was at Best Buy and then I checked the app. It said that their Blu-ray was $15. I was like, oh my god!
For Shazam. Yeah.
Should say that. So they have a Shazam Blu-ray lenticular cover, which I'm really about, for $15. So I was like, great deal. Went over to Best Buy, and then I saw that they had this Steelbook for $24.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh snap! I'm like, okay.
Does the Steelbook look nice?
It does look cool.
What does it have on it?
It's just really glossy. It has the Shazam logo. It's like mostly black. It's Shazam logo, and then on the back it actually has a Shazam on it. But
okay,
it's cool. I was like $24 with tax, maybe like $26, $27.
Not
cool.
bad.
I'm gonna do it. I'm walking around with it in my hand. Then I go past by the toy section. I see this Ant-Man, like the Marvel Legends helmet,
from Endgame,
which we've been eyeing for like a really long time.
Any of this Marvel Legends stuff were like,
yeah,
and the Ant-Man one.
And I don't own
pretty
anything
sick.
Marvel Legends. We still want to get the Gauntlet for our set though.
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe the Nano Gauntlet.
The Nano Gauntlet would be
I think
awesome.
that would probably be better for it. But so I go past it and I'm like, God, that helmet does look really cool. And then I look at the price tag. It's like $40. I was like, oh my God. I'm like,
we were saying
so
earlier,
for
normally
$13 more, I can get this, which normally is like valued at $100.
Normally this thing is like at least $80. At least.
Exactly.
$40
so
is a steal.
whenever I'm going to buy something, because I don't like to buy myself things, I have to grab it and I have to just run to the register and pay for it because I'll talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
I'll walk around, then I'll eventually put it down.
See, for me, I would have talked myself out of it. I'd been like, nah, not worth it.
Yeah. So that's what happened. I took it and I bolted to the register and there was a line.
Didn't pay for any money, and so you just you stole it.
No, but there was a line, so I was like panicking. I'm like, I got to get through this line fast because I'm gonna talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just started like looking at the snacks to like keep my mind on something else.
Ooh, chocolate.
Yeah. So and then I made it out, and now I had to bring it by so Grayson can look at it.
I wanted to
wear it.
Yeah. I was
which
very
actually
happy.
fits you pretty well.
Is it like big on you or something?
No, you can like change the size.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know how to adjust it, so I just like kind of put it on naturally.
Yeah.
You did put it on before.
So if you're looking for like a Marvel Legends like helmet, which they do a pretty good job with,
the Ant-Man one is nice.
Yeah.
Like this is actually really. I mean, it's plastic, but it's still like it looks. And you can see your eyes through it too, like a little bit, kind of like in the movies. Which I'm like, I'm glad it's not like just solid red. Like you can see Scott Lang's eyes through it. It's just, I think Ant-Man's design in the MCU is still so good.
I think it's solid.
I think
it's solid.
So Ant-Man 1, not the biggest fan of.
Yeah.
I think the helmet looks a little weird. It looks a little just kind of junky looking.
Yeah.
Civil War.
Oh, that shiny helmet.
That is my favorite design.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because that's when they introduced like kind of the longer like snout, if you want to call it, or like the front of it, and then the more angular like upward, kind of almost like Thor pointed ears.
Yeah.
And then like the eyes are a bit different, but it's like kind of a modified form. Like they take the face shell and then add on to it. And then essentially Ant-Man and the Wasp and Endgame have the same suit.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like they made the torso part glossier and they took away some of the silver on the chest piece, but for the most part, the helmet is the same. And so, I don't know. I just love like the Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man has just like one of the coolest looking helmets. And it reminds me, like, have you ever played Fallout New Vegas? Or
yeah, I mean, it's been years.
Okay. It always reminds me of the Rangers on the front of it.
Yeah.
Like if you take away the ears, it's like, and just like make this a full thing go all the way around or put like a combat helmet on it. I'm like, it straight up looks like something out of Fallout, but I just love I love helmets, dude.
I was speaking of like video games, I think I mentioned last week I got Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Which I've gotten bored of already.
Did you beat the story yet?
No, I haven't even beat the story. I just gotten so bored of it because there's parts of it that really just like really lag. Like it just like it drags the story, and they try to get characters into the story. I think just to have the characters
on the roster.
Just to have it, yeah.
See, Injustice 1, like they had all these characters in the roster, but you didn't use all of them.
See, they try to use every character for the story, and it's getting frustrating because I'm like
Firestorm and like Blue Beetle and like all those characters and stuff in there.
Exactly. Which actually Blue Beetle's a ton of fun to use.
Oh, really?
So I was like going through that, and then I just got bored of it, so I stopped playing it. And I got like my youngest brother to play it because he likes playing video games.
Yeah.
And he wanted to play, so I was like, sure. I was like, let's play each other.
Yeah.
And
did you lose?
He's 7. He's 7 years old.
Did he beat you?
Over and over.
Are you serious?
Dude, I kid you not. And he's just like mashing buttons, which makes it more frustrating because I'm trying to be technical.
You're trying to be
and
I'm
like he's just mashing like every button he can or whatever. So he played as the Flash.
Yeah.
Which is a really great character to use, and I was using Robin. Dude, I kid you not. It was like probably 10 matches in a row, and I'm very competitive, so I was like, screw it. I was like, I'm gonna destroy him on this round. I'm gonna get him, and he just beat me over and over. He's like dying, laughing. So
I would have cried.
Yeah, so I'm like, I was getting so mad, dude. I was like, deep down inside, I was getting really mad. I'm like, why can I not beat him? I'm like, I even pulled up on my phone combo moves for Robin.
Yeah.
Like in between the matches, and he was like, can we start the match? And I'm like, I have to like important text message I have to look at. It's like looking up combo moves for him. I was like getting so frustrated. So then like after, I was like, so I took him over to my mom. And then he just starts running his mouth immediately. He's like, I was beating Keenan every single round. Every round I beat him. And he's like, he sucks at that game or whatever. So I was just like, I whispered to my mom. I'm like, I let him win or whatever.
Did you actually?
Deep down inside, I did not. I was like getting my ass kicked the whole time. So that was.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
That was my week, and he's been asking to play it like over and over, and I'm like, I don't have time. I don't want to play this game anymore.
You're just like, you need to like practice. Let's just sacrifice some sleep.
It doesn't matter because like sometimes you get to those people like who can button mash, and just because they're doing that, I don't want to go steep down to that level. Yeah. But he'll like start doing combos that I didn't even know existed just because he's just like.
Yeah, just like button mashing.
Exactly, and. It was so frustrating.
That reminded me of like, so I have a little sister, and there was a game that I played as a kid. It was Spider-Man Friend or Foe. Did you ever play that game?
I know what you're talking about just because I watched a video of it.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't play it.
So it's like an arcadey kind of like, it's supposed to take place in like the Raimi universe, I think, because it's got like the new Goblin and stuff in it.
Sure.
But it's like weird because it's like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like they got the new Goblin, but also Nick Fury and Mysterio and Iron Fist, all those people. It's like this weird limbo universe. Anyway, there was an arena mode where you can fight your friends, and so obviously Spider-Man's in the game, but you can also play as villains or heroes. So I remember Green Goblin, New Goblin, Silver Sable, Black Cat, Scorpion, Doc Ock, Venom, Blade was in it.
Oh, I would have used Blade.
Deadpool, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not Deadpool. Anyways, there was Iron Fist was in it. Prowler was in it. A lot of these other like just side heroes, and so that's why hence Friend or Foe.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was one time we were playing this arena mode, and normally, normally I'm pretty good at this stuff, and like I've been practicing
at video games in general because you're a gamer.
I've lost some of my skill a little bit recently because I just haven't been playing as much, and it's kind of embarrassing. But back then, like I played this game like night and day, over and over and over again, dude. And my sister and I were playing the arena mode, and she loved Doc Ock for some reason. She thought Doc Ock was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
So she's like, I had to be like 10, so she was probably like 6.
Yeah, and so roughly like my brother's age. Okay.
But I mean, still a far considerable less age gap.
Sure,
you know?
Yeah.
Well, then I win like the first 2 rounds until finally she starts learning combos with Doc Ock. And this isn't like a side scroller thing. This is like a kind of like a third person. So we're fighting on like the rooftops of New York. And then she starts learning combos, and she wins like 3 times in a row. And I'm getting mad. Like I'm getting pissed. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, you can't win. Like you have to let me win. And she's like laughing and cackling. And then my dad was like, hey, I want to play, and I was like, oh, I could beat my dad, like no problem. But then again, back in the day, like I thought my dad was the greatest thing in video games of all time. Now I'm like way better than him. Sorry, Dad. It's true though. I mean, he'd admit it too. So he got Blade.
Okay.
Because he loved like the Blade movies, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna play Blade. I remember there was one time like we were fighting, and then somehow he did something in the game I didn't even know you could do.
Yeah.
He like. Obviously, Blade has a sword, and so I'm like web swinging, and I'm about to go in for like a kick. He jumps up his blade and cuts my web, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "How did you do that?" And he starts laughing. He was just like, "Ha ha ha!" And then he just kills me, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
That's when I was like, I don't want to play anymore.
And then after that, I was like, I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to play
hurt.
single player and just
because when you're playing single player, you can talk yourself up into being like some great. You're playing the CPU the whole time.
Yeah,
dude.
Oh my god.
Fighters, they can be the most frustrating games.
Yeah. I mean, it's the side scroller fighters that I don't like. Now, third person like combo games that are like kind of beat 'em ups, I can do those no problem.
Yeah.
But then those with
like
scroll fighters and stuff
like that. Like I don't even want to think about playing online for that game. I know I'd get destroyed instantly.
Like my friend Caboose, like that's his thing. Like that's his channel. Like Injustice and Mortal Kombat, those like are his main games for his channel. Okay. And like, dude, he does like a daily Mortal Kombat series, and I'm like, the terminology and stuff he's spitting out, like he'll do something amazing, and he was like, oh, that was kind of bad, and I was like, what? I was like, that's bad? It's so funny, like the skill gap, like the top tier people are like so good, and they can mess up one little thing and think it's trash. Yeah. But I'm like, dude, you just did like 75% of that guy's health. I was like, I don't know. Fighting games are weird.
That's scary.
People want like a Marvel versus DC fighting game, and even Ed Boon, the guy who makes the Injustice and like Head of NetherRealm, said he wants to do it, but like obviously I don't think it's ever gonna happen because of like licensing reasons. Like
that'd be so tough to do these days,
especially with splitting the money. Like how would you distribute the money? Like Disney'd have to get some, WB'd have to get some. Like it would be like it'd be a mess.
I mean, WB's already successful with Injustice now.
Yeah.
So, like, Marvel's now catching up with video games.
Yeah.
Well, really, they've just done Spider-Man. That's the only, like, confirmed thing.
And then Avengers.
Gamescom or something like that is coming up, right?
Gamescom it's the end of this month.
Apparently, there's going to be a demo that people can actually play.
Yeah, I think they're going to show the Avengers one that they showed at SDCC.
That'd be cool. I wish we could get a demo, but...
Yeah.
I remember back in the day...
I watched the leaked footage of it.
Oh, yeah, I watched that, too, yeah.
And I was like...
It's pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, it looks a little generic, but I'm like, there's not much you can do with it.
It definitely looks generic, but I think I could still have
Thor does the same combo like 5 times in a row. I was like, all right.
Yeah. I was like,
come on.
But I think I can convince myself to have fun with it just because it's Marvel.
I really hope the co-op is like, because there was the whole thing, it's like single player is separate from co-op. So I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's not co-op like campaign.
Yeah. That's so dumb.
Which is like the best thing that you can.
Because I want us to play like co-op and stuff.
It's one of the best gaming
Xbox
experiences you can have is by playing. Yeah, it's one of the best gaming experiences you can have is playing co-op through campaign. Yeah, like with people.
I remember I'm a big fan of like the Splinter Cell games, and they have a co-op campaign for Conviction, which is my favorite. Some people that's not their favorite because it's a lot different than the other ones. It's a lot more action based, but still like there's a co-op campaign, 4 missions, but they're pretty long. Yeah, and it's so fun playing co-op campaign, like coordinating with your friend, doing like these cool stealth shots. You're like, all right, you take out this guy, and then I'll get this guy, and then I'll shoot this guy down the hall, and then you throw a smoke grenade, and I'll go down. We'll both go down, and we'll breach in this door. You can do like all of this crazy stuff, like just tag teaming or whatever. And I love stuff like that.
Cool. Army of Two. Do you ever play that?
Army of Two. I've always wanted to play those games. I've always heard
they're amazing, dude.
Really?
They're so much fun.
They made like a third one. I remember, but they made like Army of 1 or Army of 2, and then Army of 2 or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then they made another one, but it wasn't good. It was like
I never played that.
It was bad. I remember.
My brother and I it was so fun. It blows my mind how far we've come with like gaming, and I think we've actually taken steps backwards with a few things. Yeah. But Army of 2, like, you could customize like your loadouts and like your gear and stuff.
Really?
It was so in depth with
You're like 2 mercenaries, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like my brother would have one and I would be a certain guy, and we would always choose the same guy. There's only 2 characters, but besides that,
it's like you would be like, I'm this guy, I'm this guy, and you could customize. Could you customize their look at all or anything?
Everything. their face shells, like everything was so detailed.
That's awesome.
This is like back on like Xbox One. Like that's around the time.
Like you mean the original Xbox?
Yeah, the first, not Xbox One, but the first Xbox.
Yeah.
That's when the first game came out. And you were doing stuff like that back then. There was no microtransactions. There was no live updates for any games or like downloadable content. It was just like we're playing through this story over and over, and we're like getting different things. It's like so much fun. And now it feels like we've taken a step backwards with that stuff.
Yeah.
But
I miss that kind of stuff, man. It's like I remember so many games that I played that like had such cool stuff. Like I remember Ultimate Spider-Man had all these awesome alternate suits. Yeah. Like granted, Spider-Man PS4 had so much. Like they balanced stuff. Like the DLC, like 3 suits per pack, and then like a couple free ones down the road. I think they did the Raimi suits and then the Fantastic Four, and then obviously the Far From Home. Totally forgot about those.
Yeah.
Ton of content on that, but like
a bunch of free content.
God, I'm just thinking about like all of the stuff that was like default with games back then.
Yeah.
With all of these unlockables and like extras.
Halo 3, you remember getting your like Hayabusa armor with a katana sword?
I don't think I ever got the katana because you have to get every achievement in the game.
Yeah, I got that, but I cheated.
Oh really?
Like I did the whole. Me and a group of friends, we like changed our language on our Xbox so it matched us up with like it would only match you up with like if you changed it to like Poland, it would only match you up with people in Poland.
Oh really?
Yeah, so we would change it and then we'd go into a live match and we would all be matched up together because there's nobody else that was playing in Poland.
Yeah.
I'm just using Poland for an example.
Yeah.
So we'd choose some random country and then we'd basically like go in like to Lone Wolf because they always had to be like ranked matches and we would help each other get like all the achievements.
So you boosted.
So it'd be like kill 5 people with a needler. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
This was before I got like competitive.
Yeah.
So we just like having fun and I ended up getting that. The katana sword and everything. Yeah. But good times.
Dude, they need to bring back that set for Halo 5. I mean Halo 6 or Infinite, whatever.
Is that going to come out next year or the year after?
Infinite comes out supposedly next year.
It'd be so cool if they launched it with the new Xbox.
That's apparently what's going to happen. Although there's rumors it's going to be on the Xbox One, and then like it's going to be also on the next console. Like it's going to be on both.
Okay.
And it's even going to play with like the same people, but it's like essentially it'll be not downgraded, but like
so people can play online and also have different consoles.
From what I've heard, I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's most people the way they're thinking is because Xbox doesn't want to. They don't want to prevent people from playing with each other. So like. If someone like lower income and stuff, like they can get an Xbox One and still play all the same games.
Just not
but if you're like,
same quality.
Yeah, but if you're someone like me, who is like, I want to have like really good quality and like I play games and stuff, like I'm gonna get the best thing. But like a general person isn't gonna get like the top Xbox like that. Sure. I have an Xbox One X. Like nobody right now is gonna get that.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna get like the S or like even the standard Xbox.
Yeah.
But because it's way cheaper. Like I mean, you can get an Xbox One S for like a little less than 200 now, or around 200.
Yeah,
so
it depends on if you get like used or not. We could do a whole episode about gaming. We should just have a gaming podcast sometimes.
Oh God, you need to buy my Xbox.
I know.
Please tweet Keenan to buy my extra Xbox.
It will happen eventually. Yeah. I don't know when it will happen.
I told
maybe
him
within the next month.
He got this Ant-Man helmet, and I thought it was like $100, but he didn't tell me this at the time that it was $40.
Yeah.
And so like he posted it, and so I like sent him a message on Instagram like responding to his story, and I was just like, "You got the Ant-Man helmet, but didn't buy my Xbox SMH." Like,
that's why I had to explain it to you because I was like, he probably thought I spent $120 on this.
I mean, at first I thought you did, but I was like, I don't really care. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's just sitting up there. But
I really do want your Xbox though, so don't sell it before.
Oh, I'm definitely not. I mean, I'm like at this. There was one guy that was like, he's like, dude, I'll pay like $200 for it, but then he like never followed up with me.
Oh,
so
really?
I was like, all right. I'm like, I'd rather give it to somebody like a friend who would actually like know I could use it. I'm just turning the light on.
With you. So yeah, we're kind of nearing the episode. I just want to say that this week, obviously, there's a couple things that are coming out. Endgame is a big thing. Yeah. I think we're gonna end up posting this episode when Endgame comes out.
Yeah.
On Tuesday instead of Monday. So I'm gonna post that and recommendation. The last issue of Symbiote Spider-Man comes out this Wednesday.
Oh.
It's only a limited run, so it's only 5 issues.
5 issues? Okay.
Yeah. Go check it out. If you haven't checked out any of it,
is it really good so far?
Get it online. It's really good.
When did this start?
This started in like March or April.
Okay.
It's been like once a month.
Okay.
Since then, but the art and the characters and the writing has been done really well. I'm like critical of the amount of Spider-Man comics that are out there.
Yeah.
But this one's actually really good. So that comes out on Wednesday. I can't recommend it enough. Yeah. You have anything else you want to plug or add before we head out?
Let me see. No, I'm drawing a blank.
I thought you really had something.
No, I really can't think of anything
Okay.
other than just our social medias and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
All that stuff's in the link.
We
down below.
apologize also for like kind of the lack of like conformed episode with like the news
Structure.
and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like we do have fun just like doing these like kind of
Rambling.
random episodes. We hope you do too.
Yeah.
But if you don't, that's
We'll be
okay.
back at
Please
it.
let us know.
Next week we're gonna have fun because I'm gonna watch that director's commentary for Endgame.
I'll make sure to
And-
get on it.
Yeah. and-
Oh, I'm watching Punisher season 2. So if I finish that by the time next
We
week,
should talk
we
about
could
that.
talk about that
How about
because
rewatch it?
okay, I'm down.
Yeah,
So
we
yeah,
should do
I'm
that.
watching Punisher season 2. I don't know why I forgot to mention
Finally
that.
catching up.
But yeah, I just the other night I was like got in the mood. I was like, I miss John Bernthal. I miss his Frank Castle. I miss
Yeah.
him murdering people. I was like, I need to see some murder in my life, and so he just.
It's the best thing about that show is it's always like justified killing.
Yeah, you're like-
you feel like it.
Yeah. Although in
So
that
it's
first
like the
episode, I was like,
dirtiest
do these people really deserve to die? I'm like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm like, you know what? I accept it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the Daredevil season 2, like hallway fight with Punisher
Yeah.
the other day, and I was like, that was a good fight.
Really good.
Anyway.
Yep, that's pretty much going to do it for this episode. Tune in next week. We'll have our Endgame stuff, and we'll do our Dark Phoenix review next week.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Grayson?
Sure.